Racing in the GTB group is David Frankland, number 911. No prizes for guessing which car his is.
I was the kid who had a Porsche Turbo on his wall. My dream was to do the Carrera Cup, which financially wasn't possible. And then all of a sudden, this last year, this car became available. I did sell my road Porsche for it, so I'm actually living the boyhood dream. They relaxed the rules last year to allow 3 numbers, so I grabbed 911, and I'm still surprised I've still got it.
So we move on to the pit stop race now, and on the front row we have Tom Webb and Bon Grimes. Second row, John Seale and Graham DeZille. John Dillon and Lucky Christopher on the third row. Fourth row, Kevin Riley and Chris Prosser. Fifth row, Steve Ruston, Graham Tilley. Row 6, Chris Carr and David Holloway. Row 7, Chris Murphy and David Frankland. Eighth row is Brent Millage and Mal Samford. Sam Randon and Fraser Smart on the 9th row. And unfortunately, the 10th row is empty. No Richard Chamberlain or Dale Shelton, which is sad to see. So here we go. It is the 50-minute race with a pit stop sort of in the middle, really, where some of them change over, some of them don't. Our pole sitter Tom Webb is going to be doing the full 50 minutes here, is the intention, and he's leading us up, and out go the lights, and he's going to make his way down towards Riches to take the lead. Is he going to hold it all the way through to the corner? You can see John Seale lurking with intent in that green Lamborghini GT3. John Seale slots into third place by the looks of it. And Bonamy Grimes was still in second as they made their way up towards Wilson. Yes, it is still Tom Webb, Bonamy Grimes, John Seale. And those three have made, at this stage, a very mini breakaway, but not enough to really worry about at this stage. You see the 21 car working his way through. Sam Randon, after the DNF in the sprint race, starting low down. And that's not a noise we want to hear. Goodness me, is it going to be another DNF for the 41 car? Fraser Smart brings that Evora into the pit. Sad to see, but it's their first outing, and hopefully we'll see them venture back out as the season goes on. That was the GTH leader there, Steve Ruston, at the wheel of that McLaren for the start of this race. He'll be handing over to John Whitehouse, hot off of his win in the sprint race earlier today. So full of confidence is that number 44. You see it just there lurking in the background, just behind the number 79 car, Chris Prosser, also off of the GTA victory in the sprint race, is leading GTA in the pit stop race as well. And John Seale dives up the inside of Bonamy Grimes, but Bonamy Grimes is trying to force his way around the outside. No space there, and he's just pushed out onto the grass ever so slightly, gets himself back on the tarmac, tucks himself behind John Seale. Doesn't matter for the group battle, but Bonamy Grimes enjoyed the outright victory in the previous race. Beautiful colour, isn't it, on that FF Corsa Ferrari? There is the very happy David Franklin. I said he would be, didn't I? And that interview showed he enjoyed that GTB win, and he's enjoying being out there. There's the 21 up to 10th from 17th on the grid from Sam Randon, being chased hard by the second place group GTA car of Graham Tilley. So he's keeping that GTA car of Tilley away from his teammate who's leading it at the moment. Look at this great victory. The two Lamborghinis at the front there are different groups, because the yellow and black of Tom Webb is a Lamborghini Super Trofeo car compared to the GT3 of John Seale. And apparently the difference is that there is incredible power in that Super Trofeo car. And Fraser Smart just getting out of the way. Treating this as a bit of a test session by the looks of it. But apparently the green Kermit liveried car of John Seale and Jamie Stanley, of course, in this race, that is absolutely blinding through the corners as you see it through. Coram, here it goes, and he's diving up the inside in towards Murray's. There we go, just as we talk about it, he proves it, but now back onto the power goes Tom Webb, and he screams back through onto the straight, and that has compromised both of them, so that Bonamy Grimes is now challenging all of them as they head up over the straight again. Tom Webb has that lead back again, thanks to the straight, but John Seale has shown that he's able to do it through the twiddly bits, and carried immense speed all the way through Coram into the tight Murrays. Ooh, kicking the dust up from Bonamy Grimes there. And there is number 79, Chris Prosser, leading GTA, just ahead of the GTH leader of the McLaren of Steve Ruston. Graham Tilley sat there second in GTA at the moment. And the struggling Kevin Riley there in that number 7 car, but he's doing great in this race. He's second in GTO at the moment, and he's going to hope that it can last the full race. And by my reckoning, he's doing the whole race potentially, but we'll see how that one works out. There is David Franklin still leading GTB, keeping David Holloway behind him. Oh, and the teammates, the Team Hard cars, the GTA 79 and the GTH 21 Ginettas, they are battling. And I think that the reality is, because you've got the McLaren of Steve Ruston just ahead that's leading GTH, and the 21 car is second in GTH, he wants to get past his teammate so he can start challenging for that lead in that class. But actually, they're going the other way, is that Chris Prosser's now trying to get past, and he's taken his teammate with him. That was a real mugging by Team Hard there as they went through Murray's. What a cracking bit of teamwork that was. Steve Ruston now trying to get back on the power. Ooh, and he's just had to throw the anchors out the back as Chris Prosser sort of filled that left-hand side. 21 Sam Randon's got the inside line, and all of a sudden you can see that Graham Tilley's trying to get involved in this fight as well, and he tucks himself up behind the GTH second place car now, having been mugged and passed by the 21 Sam Randon. Joshua Jackson taking that over later. But I don't think that story has quite finished yet. We've got success penalties in the pit stops. And again, John Seal is going to have a look up the inside into Murray's. No, he's not. He's going to think better of it. Does it enable him to put the power on? Not necessarily. In fact, Bonamy Grimes is coming at him. He's done the old switcheroo towards the left-hand side, but that's going to put him on the outside of Riches as they come herring towards us. Tom Webb, lights ablaze, making sure that any back markers will move out of the way. And Bonamy Grimes has done that before we even get towards Riches. That was a great difference in power there. John Seal was just not able to do anything about it. The driver's getting ready. There's Dino Zamparelli. He'll be taking over the number 88 car from Chris Carr. Oh, and there we go. This is the GTH battle. 21 has just about got it at the moment. So Sam Randon, that's brought it all the way from the 9th row of this field, has done a great job. 17th on the grid all the way through. Ah, no, and that is the number 26 Spirit of Race, and that is damage on the front. That does not look like that car's going to go any further. John Dillon is not going to hand that over to Rui Aguas. Talking of handing over, some of the others are doing exactly that as we speak. We've got a mixture of cars that have am and am. That is Dad and Son that's switching over there for the Dezils, and it's Dan Dezil getting back in after his great performance in the sprint. Jamie Stanley's going to be taking over that number 55 car from John Seal. Look out, he's going to hunt you down. There is the 21 car that was leading Group GTH prior to these pits. Lucky Christoforu, that car's being handed over to Adam Carroll, another one that's going to have a mighty quick pro taking over. And it looks like Jamie Stanley's out just ahead of the number 7 Mosler of Kevin Riley. But we'll need to wait and see. Oh, and we've got a replay, and that is the GTH car of Steve Ruston just running wide at the bomb hole, that looked like to me. But thankfully just lost a place or two, but was able to get back onto the tarmac. There's Adam Carroll chasing down Tom Webb. You can see it there that he was already on the prowl, was the pro. And that means that John Whitehouse has taken over that 44. The 79 car has now been taken over by the Callum Jenkins, also making his debut here this weekend. It'll be good to see here how he's going to do. There's GTA and GTH cars. Graham Tilley is leading GTA at the moment, I think. We need to allow all of these pit stops to wash out. There comes Johnny Molam trying to make a move on the 55, or was it the other way round? Either way, we've got two amazing pros fighting here. Jamie Stanley just ahead of Johnny Molam, but Johnny Molam's looking towards the left-hand side as they go along the start-finish straight. The centre straight means it's all about the power, but still it's going to be the inside line for Jamie Stanley. Wallop, there he goes, straight in towards the right hand of Riches. He either retains it or regains it, whichever one it is at this stage. But that's two pros that are prepared to slug it out for the entire race. Graham Tilley doing a great job there in GTA. Is he going to be able to get his first group victory? And it would be great to do it in the sprint where he's doing it on his own. Still, look at that. Jamie Stanley scything through. He's up past Dan Dezil, who's taken over that 19 car, and making up the places like a hot knife through butter at the moment. There's the tech serve, Graham Tilley. And on to the last lap already. So here we go. It is the number 55 car that's going to bring it home towards us. A fantastic performance yet again from Jamie Stanley, taking over from John Seal. Seal put it where he needed it to be, through to take the checkered flag. A 26 lapper it turned out for these guys, and a great victory overall and in GTO. And here comes the number a great battle going on, isn't it? The 13 car and 27. This is actually for second and third in GTC, because we're already going to have Johnny Molan bring back the 22 car, but this is for second and third, and Tom Webb's got it at the moment in towards the final corner on the final lap. They go, and just a little bit of a wiggle on the apex there that just pushes Tom Webb a little bit wide. He's going to kick himself for that, because through goes the 27 car of Adam Carroll. Lucky Christopher will be happy on the pit wall as he comes through to take second in GTC, third in GTC. Does go Tom Webb, but he'll be kicking himself. So GTO goes to John Searle, Jamie Stanley, GTC, Bonamy Grimes and Johnny Molan. The GTA victory does indeed go to Graham Tilley in the Texas of Janetta, and GTH again, Steve Ruston and John Whitehouse in number 44. Great day for the McLaren hair, and another great day for David Franklin in that Valor Racing Porsche. We heard how happy he was. Well, he's managed to secure another GTB win, this time in this sprint race. Let's go down to the podium and see how they got on.
No, it doesn't have the straight line speed, and I got past them a couple of times into the last corner, but I couldn't hold them down the straight, but that's life.
Really, Steve did all the hard work. I just had to keep the gap once he'd done the first pit stop. So yeah, all credit to Steve, really.